All versions of Rising Tackle appear to anti-air cleanly, although Heavy has a knack for going under the opponent. Medium seems to be the best at getting the full damage. Light has the most anti-air invincibility and the least amount of forward movement, so it's the most consistent and the least likely to go under the opponent. If you do it early, it's better against close jumps, but you can get a weak hit if you hit them too high. It seems to be the best version to autocorrect because it has the fastest startup and the least horizontal movement. Crouching hard punch is easier to input than a DP, and thus more reliable in a pinch. It seems like Terry doesn't have any upper body invincibility on his, but it is very tall and quite reliable as an anti-air if you do it early. It's always an option to meet the opponent midair, especially versus very close jumps. Jump medium punch is nice for Terry due to its relatively quick startup, upward hitbox, and the fact that it causes a knockdown on hit. Super 1 does work as an anti-air, but it's a bit precise to time. The range is really good, which probably makes it nice at catching people jumping over your slow fireballs. Super 2 seems like it would be really good based on its hitbox, but it's honestly really slow, so you have to do it very early. It's very rewarding, especially if you dump all your resources. As you might guess, Super 3 is an absolutely fantastic anti-air, with good startup, total invincibility, a very forgiving hitbox, good range both forward and backward, and massive damage. Terry's main answer to fireballs is his own fireball, including the EX version. From close range, it's possible to EX uppercut through fireballs on reaction. It's pretty likely you'll lose some hits though. It's possible to arc over fireballs with the heavy version of Crack Shoot, but it's not fireball invincible at all, so you have to use it predictably. Of course that's not too risky since it's only -1 on block. From half screen or closer, Super 2 is a surprisingly good reaction punish for fireballs. Super 3 can punish fireballs, but while the hitbox was good for anti-airing, the range is pretty disappointing in this context. Terry's main reversal is EX Rising Tackle, which is perfectly serviceable. The reach is quite decent and it's invincible to everything. As you'd expect, Super 1 is a good reversal. You're invincible to everything but projectiles, and the startup is actually very fast for a super. Super 2 has total invincibility, but the comparably poor startup means certain attacks will recover in time to block it. Super 3 has about the same startup as Super 1, but total invincibility and of course more damage. All versions of Crack Shoot are minus on block but safe, including EX. However, the relatively reactable startup, particularly for the heavy one, means it can be counter-hit or even perfect parried. As with other Spiral Arrow-like special moves, Bird Knuckle can be spaced to be safe or even plus. In fact, if you ever get it deep enough to be plus, there's a screen shake to tell both players that Terry has frame advantage. Terry's heavy fireball is actually +5 on block, which is pretty fair considering it has a titanic 29 frames of startup. It's so slow that Terry can't true block string into it even with the help of Drive Rush and the opponent's Burnout. EX Fireball is also safe on block point blank, but unlike most other EX Fireballs, it's actually minus. If Terry cancels the first hit of his standing heavy punch, it has enough hit stun to combo into heavy power charge, which then cancels into other special moves. Watching online matches, it seems like most people prefer using heavy knuckle as their ender here, probably because of the ease of use, decent damage, good Okizeme, and good corner carry. The strongest I found is heavy Crack Shoot to heavy uppercut. This seems to be the strongest of Terry's mid-screen combos, and would be your ideal meterless route after a drive impact crumple, jumping combo, or the like if you just want damage. You do have to delay the heavy Crack Shoot to get 3 hits, which is a bit precise, but even if you do it immediately and get 2 hits, the juggle still works. If you want to increase your damage with EX, the strongest route is heavy power charge to EX Crack Shoot, then juggle DP. The damage increase isn't actually very significant here. Terry has dozens of ways to spend more drive meter in his combos, but the returns aren't really worth it, I think, unless of course you want to squeeze out as much damage as possible for a kill. Since Terry has no link into a medium or heavy normal on regular hit, Drive Rush isn't as good at increasing his damage as EX is, though of course combos with multiple Drive Rush cancels are still useful for cashing out to kill a near-death opponent. After any of his heavy crack shoot combos, Terry can land raw Super 1. You can also juggle Super 1 and Super 2 after any medium tackle, which is much easier to do and marginally easier to set up. You can spend first 3 drive bars and then a third super bar into your Super 2 if you want to increase the damage further. The returns are quite decent here, surprisingly. Super 3 works after any cancel from Uppercut, but it's stronger to go from Burn Knuckle. More scaling weakens the combo, so something short like Crouch Hard Punch, Heavy Burn Knuckle, Super 3 is actually strongest here. In the corner, you can easily juggle from Medium Tackle, which normally throws the opponent too far away to combo anything but Super. You can get a delayed Medium Bird Knuckle after Heavy Tackle, which increases your meterless damage somewhat. More importantly, you can get Heavy Tackle to Heavy Fireball, which might seem weaker on the surface, but gives Terry a lot more combo options. On the subject of Heavy Fireball, normally the pushback is too far to allow for Crouch Heavy Punch Link, but it works fine in the corner. If you find a way to space it, such as after a neutral jump or drive rush link, EX Fireball will hit delayed, giving Terry some cool new linking routes. If you get certain high launches and juggle into Super 1, you can potentially juggle into another one. Terry has a lot of ways to do this, but most of them are very situational. Here's a sample combo from a Drive Impact Wall Splat. Terry can freely chain his crouching light kick and both light punches. Your go-to ender will probably be Heavy Uppercut, but Quick Burn also works. His crouching light punch has slightly longer hit stun than the standing version, enabling a cancel to Medium Knuckle, which is optimal for super canceling. Similarly, the crouching light punch is +5 on Drive Rush rather than +4, though I think this will rarely matter. If you want to go into EX and then level 2, the only route I see is EX Quick Burn, which is only barely stronger than just canceling into a super from the light normal. After a Drive Rush, you can link Light Punch, then Crouch Heavy Punch, and from there, you can get things like Medium Tackle, Heavy Knuckle, or another Drive Rush. Terry is distressingly short on normal to normal confirms. The only linking normals I see are Low Medium Punch and Stand Medium Kick, which are both only +5. Stand Medium Kick is interesting because after it, Light Kick into Light Tackle hits deep, making it +4 instead of +3 and allowing Terry to continue the combo. Light normals are notoriously limited in Drive Rush cancels, and Terry's are no exception. Confirming Drive Rush like this is not very powerful considering the price. Stand Heavy Punch is 2 hits, both hits are safe on block, and both hits cancel. This can be used to confirm Medium Burn Knuckle, Heavy DP, Medium Tackle, or Drive Rush. From specific ranges, cancels to fireballs are relatively safe and can be used to confirm level 3. Cancels to EX Fireball are safe, and I suppose it confirms level 2 and level 3 on hit. But the Fireball Super Cancel is only possible if the Fireball actually connects, so it only works point blank and not when spaced like this. I think it might be possible to single hit confirm medium punch into its various TCs, but it's crazy tight. Thankfully the TC to heavy punch is reasonably safe on block, thanks to its high pushback. The other medium punch TCs are a bit weird as confirms go. Even on hit, the medium punch medium kick TC is only -3, so if you do no follow-up, you open yourself up to reversal normals. However, both follow-ups do beat even reversal 4-frame normals. On normal hit, you can combo out of the punch follow-up on reaction, as it's +4, but you need counter hit for the kick ender. Counter hit lights combo to crouch medium punch. Crouch medium punch combos to itself, or to stand medium punch. As well as, amusingly, Buster Wolf. Medium kick gets the same routes as crouch medium punch, including this Buster Wolf link, but it won't work at max range. Overhead links to crouch light punch, but you're too far away to link another light. The sway TC punch ender leads to crouch medium punch, while the kick ender gets light punch. Terry Stam Roundhouse changes properties on punish counter. The opponent crumples, but they move sharply backward, which is actually very inconvenient for your combo. Up close you can pick up medium punch hard kick TC. But from afar, the only reliable meterless ender I see is medium burn knuckle. Spending a drive rush is almost always good in this context. Here are some juggles. Surprisingly, for DP punishes, the highest damage I could find is just using 2-hit stand hard punch or crouch hard punch than your standard heavy tackle combos. The opponent will wall splat if you punish counter with EX burn knuckle in the corner. The situations are rare, but the reward is insanely good. As for other punish counter exclusive combos, you have low medium punch to stand heavy punch, either version of light punch to crouch heavy punch, very useful for your -4 punishes, and low medium punch to low medium kick. Amusingly, you can combo out of quick burn on punish counter, but I don't think that'll ever be optimal. Terry's drive rush overhead is +6, enabling a link to low medium punch. His drive rush crouching light kick is +7, enabling a link to crouching or standing medium punch. If Terry drive rush cancels most of his medium or heavy normals, you can link almost anything. I initially thought stand medium kick, stand heavy punch would be a useful route, and it is if you're going to spend multiple drive rushes. Ironically, it's usually better to just use the drive rush frame advantage to go for a stronger cancel route, such as stand heavy punch 2 hits into heavy tackle. Crouch medium kick drive rush has a bit less hit stun, and you can't link stand heavy punch. But you can still do crouch heavy punch, and that gives you heavy tackle all the same. If Terry lands a jump medium punches into air-to-air, he can land and juggle the opponent. What works depends on the height of both characters, but uppercut is usually good. I've been showing lots of mid-screen juggles, but there's a ton I didn't show, particularly with heavy tackle into fireball. Low medium kick TC is a great combo to pick up your long range punishes, plus some other fringe stuff. On hit you can get an easy conversion to heavy burn knuckle. Heavy tackle to EX uppercut. Medium crack shoot to super 1. And medium tackle to Super 2. In corners, you actually get his double Buster Wolf combo. If you do 2 hits of your level 2 super, you can Drive Rush to pick up the combo. The combo will always be so scaled that what you do basically doesn't matter. You can do a juggle into level 1 if you want. The damage is usually pretty similar to just doing the 3rd hit of level 2 though. Terry seems like he's kind of a fiend when his opponent is burned out. First of all, a lot of his special moves are minus but now safe, such as Quick Burn, or an unspaced medium Burn Knuckle. So getting those space Burn Knuckles is going to be way easier. All versions of Crack Shoot are now plus. Heavy actually leaves Terry inside throw range and +3, which is extremely powerful. But even the light and medium ones being plus and leaving you just outside throw range are similarly exploitable. It's very easy to make uninterruptible looping strings. Heavy Fireball seems like it would be really good here, and it can be, but it's just very slow. The 3rd hit of Terry Super 2 costs a 3rd Super Meter. If he lacks the 3rd bar, but you input the final hit, Terry will have a unique animation where he tries and fails to get a 3rd Geyser. This kills your Okizeme, so you should never do it. Terry's OTC cancels even on block. This seems like you could do a cancel to make it safe, but every cancel Terry has is either unsafe on block or interruptible by light normals. I think it's worth mentioning Crack Shoot, which gets counter hit out of the air and is safe if actually blocked, but a good opponent might react to the juggleable knockdown. And especially special mention to EX Crack Shoot, which is better at getting out of the way of many common reversal normals. One really awkward thing about Terry is that during the airborne parts of his Burn Knuckle, you can't super cancel, which is occasionally something you have to consider when choosing your routes to level 2 or level 3. That's all I've got for Terry. Feel free to bring up anything I may have missed in the comments.